Peeps, Jedi Kayed here, bringing you another episode of Pokemon Wars. This is episode 12. Our current record is sitting at 13 losses and 8 wins. Bringing some new pokes today. As I said in my last video, I've got some new Pokemon and I'm playing around with them, just seeing how they do. A few that I've wanted to run for a while, particularly that Steelix there. I managed to get on with the Ironhead carried over from Gen 5, which is really going to help because it's also got Sheer Force, so we'll see how that goes, paired up with the Life Orb as well. So we're bringing today Yanmega, Mawile, who is a Mega, Charizard, Steelix, Aegislash, and Magmortar. So hopefully this team can secure us some wins. Now I've tried to even this team out as much as possible, trying to cover as much as I can, but I have got a bit of a horrible ground weakness, sort of partially neutralised by Charizard and Yanmega, but everything that isn't flying is going to get murdered by Earthquake, so I'm hoping we don't get too many ground types or guard chomps or anything running Earthquake really. So our opponent is bringing Gengar, Jellicent, Garchomp, Banette, Aegislash and Mawile. So very ghost heavy team. Very ghost heavy. But what do we have for ghosts? I think we can actually work quite well against this team. I mean, I think Mawile can pretty much destroy this entire team. So now my Aegislash isn't running the Shadow Sneak, so I don't actually have any priority on that front. I'm going to open with Steelix, who's got Crunch. I'm going to bring Mawile, because Mawile, as I say, can pretty much destroy the entire team. And I'm also going to bring my Charizard for that Garchomp, because my Charizard's got the Dragon Claw. Because it is a physical Charizard set up for X-Mega Evolution, but I tend to run it without the Charizardite on teams with another Mega. It actually runs pretty well. The only thing it really fears is the Stealth Rock. Still don't really have Spinner or Debugger to get rid of those hazards. So Stealth Rock is pretty much still the bane of my existence when I'm running Yanmega and Charizard. So the Gengar comes out first, so I'm just going to go for straight up Crunch on this thing. Now as I said, I've got the Life Orb and the Sheer Force. Crunch has got the extra effect to drop in defense, so this Crunch should actually be quite powerful. Easily strong enough to take out a Gengar. Really love Steelix, one of my favourite Pokemon. He does withdraw. But into what? The Garchomp. Okay, that's not too bad. A shiny Garchomp, not bad. How much will this Crunch do? Wow, that Garchomp takes it really well. Okay, we're gonna go for... we haven't really got anything that's gonna be strong. This Garchomp's probably got a flamethrower though, so I'm going to switch into my Charizard, because he's not going to use a Rock type move on a Steelix, surely. Unless he predicts me. That would be an amazing prediction. So he does Mega Evolve. What's he going for? If he locks himself into Outrage, we can bring in the Mawile next turn. Earthquake. Earthquake, very, very good. So we're safe. So I'm just going to go for the Dragon Claw. Think Charizard outspeeds? No. Not with any withdrawals. So what are you bringing in? The Jellicent. Not bad. See, now this isn't so good because Jellicent can do some pretty decent damage to Charizard and Steelix. The only chance I've got is to bring in Mawile, but I don't think Mawile really wants to take a water attack to the face. I just have to see how well Mawile can take this attack. Scald. Oh, please don't burn me. Please don't burn me. Ouch. That really, really hurt. No, I don't have any stat boost attacks on Morlor. I'm just probably gonna predict this. I'm just gonna go for the Sucker Punch. So I'm gonna Mega Revolt, so he's staying in. He's staying in, so maybe we can get this Sucker Punch off. Maybe. It does get off. And yes! Takes down that Jellicent. Thank you, Morwal, you absolute little star. So he's going to Gengar next, because Gengar's going to outspeed. Although, he can't take us down without us being able to get the Sucker Punch off of him. So here comes the Garchomp. I'm not sure who's faster between Morwal and Garchomp. Should I go for the Sucker Punch? Or... it's pretty much a safe bet he's going for an attacking move, so Sucker Punch is going to hit. I'm just wondering whether I'm faster, would it be worth going for the Play Rough? Play Rough would definitely take this thing out. I'm not sure whether Sucker Punch will though. But do I want to risk this thing outspeeding me? Taking me easy. I'm just going to go for the Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is the safer option, because I have no idea whether Morwal's faster than Garchomp. So it does some really decent damage. He goes for the Crunch. Gonna take us out with that probably. No! Morwal lives! Morwal lives! Oh, you beautiful, beautiful creature. So I'm just gonna go for the Sucker Punch again. It does go. Kills that Garchomp. Easy peasy. The only problem we got left is Gengar. There's no way Gengar can live a Sucker Punch from a Mega Morwal. No way at all can that thing live a Mega Sucker Punch. Mega Sucker Punch? Sucker Punch from Mega Morwal. We get the Sucker Punch off. Is it Focus Band? Focus Sash? It's a critical hit. Does not matter. So that, ladies and gents, wow! Not just a victory, but a 3-0! A 3-0 victory! Beautiful, beautiful Morwal. Why have I never run you sooner? Why? It's because Houndoom is our girl. Houndoom does some real work. No, we don't want to save that video because we are recording. So everyone will get to see it anyway. So that was an amazing first battle. Absolutely chuffed to bits. Oh. Sorry about that. So here's our second. Okay, Peeps, so I had to record the second battle of this episode because the battle drew out and overran the memory limit on my phone, so I had to re-record it post-commentary. So sorry about that. It's not my fault. So here we go. My opponent brought a pretty interesting team actually. He brought a Shatter, which I didn't actually really know what he was going to do with at all, but he brought it out first. I had absolutely no idea what this team was going to do. So I brought out my Magmortar first. I thought I'd take this turn to get the sun up, so I didn't really think Shatter could do much to me. So I went for the sunny day. He brought out his Blissey, and knowing that Blissey is quite stally and really bulky, I decided to switch out my Magmortar and bring in my Steelix to protect against any Toxics that might come my way. He didn't go for Toxic, but he did go for the Thunderbolt, so it turned out that Steelix was the perfect Pokemon to switch into. He switched out back into his Shatter. I went for the Rock Slide, predicting the Talonflame to come in, because he did have a Talonflame in his roster before the battle. So he brings his Shatter out, it takes a Rock Slide, but survives thanks to the Focus Sash. Hits me with a Chatter and doesn't do much damage, but it does manage to confuse me, which was unfortunate. And my Steelix did hit itself the same turn, stopping me from taking out that Shatter this turn. So, rather than sitting in and watching my Steelix slap itself stupid, I thought I'd switch out. So he did the same turn, he switched into his Venusaur. I switched back out into my Magmortar, which ended up being quite a good switching, because Venusaur can't really do much to a Magmortar. I'm not sure whether Venusaur can learn Earthquake, which I actually forgot about at the time, but either way, he switched straight back out into his Chansey. I got the sun back up because it went down. This Magmortar's not running the Heat Rock. It's got, at the moment, it's got a Zap type because it's got the Thunderbolt as well to help against flying types and water types. So I switched back into my Steelix, predicting a Toxic. He goes for the Ice Beam, probably predicting my Steelix to come back, but it was resisted pretty well because Blissey is not the most offensive Pokemon in the world. I go for the Earthquake, it does half damage, so I was pretty pleased with that. I thought to myself, I can take him out with another one, but I predicted him to switch back into Shatter, so I went for the Rock Slide again. He didn't, he stayed in and survived this Rock Slide. He goes for the Soft Wall to try and get some health back. I expected him to switch into the Shatter again, so I went for another Rock Slide. Because he knows God's got the Earthquake, so it would make sense for him to switch into a Flying type to avoid it completely. He did stay in, he goes for another Soft Wall. At this point I think to myself, he's clearly just staying in, trying to get his health back, so I'll hit him with an Earthquake because I know it can do enough damage, probably to take it out, because it's more powerful than the Rock Slide is. So I hit him with an Earthquake, it does take him out, and then my Steelix goes down to the Life Orb Recall, which I was actually a little bit perplexed about because my Steelix has the Sheer Force, and I was under the understanding that Sheer Force negated the Life Orb recoil damage, but I don't know. So I brought out my Mawile, Mega Evolved, he brought out his Shattered. I decided to go for the Sucker Punch, expecting that thing to go for another Chatter and try and confuse me. I'm assuming that's what he did. I got the Sucker Punch, took down the Shatter because it was left to just 1 HP after surviving with the Focus Sash from my Steelix's previous attack. Then he brings out the Venusaur. Now this thing gave me some trouble. It does make her evolve. My Mawile runs the Fire Fang, which I know because of Venusaur's Thick Pat is lessened to neutral damage, I think, because it takes about 25% off the damage. So I hit him with the Fire Fang. Doesn't do much at all. I was kind of hoping for a burn, but I didn't get it. And then he goes for the Sleep Powder, which was really, really unfortunate. So my Mawile goes to sleep, and he starts going for the Giga Drain. He goes for a Giga Drain on me the next turn, and I'm assuming he's just going to try and just Giga Drain me for as much health back as he can get. Because I'm assuming he's got the Sludge Bomb as well, which won't affect Mawile at all because of its Steel typing. Then he goes for the Hidden Power, which I wasn't expecting at all. And it does a ton of damage to Mawile. I don't know what type that Hidden Power was, but it's super effective. It hits my Mawile for super effective damage. Then he finished me off with the Giga Drain. At this point I'm thinking, this Venusaur could actually win in the game. After I'd done so well up to this point, I was actually worried that the Venusaur would actually come back and take the game for him. I brought in my Magmortar to get the sun up. Figured the best chance I got was to try and get some flamethrowers off in the sun, because the only other attacks I got were Solar Beam and Thunderbolt, neither of which are going to do anything to this thing. And Solar Beam especially because it takes 2 turns without sun. He gets the Sleep Powder off on me, and then he hits me with a Hidden Power, which is super effective again on my mod, so I'm thinking it's probably the Ground type. It's probably Ground type Hidden Power. Magmortar wakes up pretty fast, gets the flamethrower and does quite a lot of damage. Really pleased with how much damage that did. He hits me with another Hidden Power, doesn't take me out because my Magmortar's built as a special wall. I hit him with another flamethrower and it does take him down. So that was that match. So really good match that was, and it does bring me up for a double victory this episode. So that brings us up to 13 losses and 10 wins. So a double win episode, really happy with that. Thanks for bearing with the sort of split between live com, post com. As I said, the last battle ran over on my timer and my memory filled up, but it was too good a match for me to pass up showing you peeps, because it's nice to have a win. It's nice to have a double win, in fact. And I was really pleased that these new Pokemon had done so well, particularly Steelix, because, like I say, it's one of my favourite Pokemon. I've been dying to use for ages, and I'm really happy to see it do as well as it did, managing to take down that Chansey and deal most of the damage to that Shatter as well. So yeah, as ever peeps, drop a like, pop a comment in the comment section. I do read them all, and I will reply to as many as I can. Leave me feedback on the video, all that razzmatazz. Subscribe to my channel because I do bring at least one video a day. Stay cool peeps, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!